Happy Sunday, FLOSSTUBE. It's Lee from Creative Lee coming to you on Sunday, 19th of April. Yeah, with FLOSSTUBE number 22. Welcome to anyone returning. Thanks for your support. Thanks for coming back and listening to me ramble for, I don't know, 20 minutes or so about cross-stitch and other things. Anyone who's stumbled upon this and hasn't been here before, it's the FLOSSTUBE, which is a YouTube video predominantly about cross-stitch, but kind of has a little bit of life stuff in there as well, right? So yeah, we're in week 4 of lockdown here in New Zealand. We're on level 4. We have this kind of 4-level system that the government put out, and yeah, 3.5 weeks ago we went to level 4, which is designed to eliminate COVID-19 from New Zealand. Pretty much we've been at home except for essential services like supermarkets and doctors and the food chain and all that sort of stuff. There was actually in our most days we have a press conference with the Prime Minister and or other senior government officials about what's been going on and the numbers and things, and more detail about what level 3 might look like. At this stage we expect to find out tomorrow, Monday, whether or when, if we go down to level 3 this week or not. Level 3 is basically level 4 with KFC, as people are saying. Essentially, takeaways can start up and some non-essential businesses can sell again, as long as it's, you know, online, click and collect, or delivered. Like no stores will actually open. So we'll see what's happening. So been working because I work, because I'm government, so I get to work. Black tea today. Still too hot. But so, you know, no commuting, nothing else that we're doing, plenty of time to stitch. So as per last week, sorry about the wind if you can hear it, it's windy. So I've had to close the windows and it's actually really warm, even though it's, you know, what, mid-autumn, but it is just really windy. So I've had to put the aircon on, just otherwise I'll be like sweating like a pig. So yeah, I've been stitching some more, 4 more of the Be Well and Stitch freebies. So I guess I'll show you, and as per last week, I'm just going to put the either Instagram or Facebook or however links on screen. I'm not going to put them in the doobly-doo because it's a pain doing that on my iPad. So basically on Monday evening I did the Blackberry Rabbit one. This one, super fast. Picked up some of the blue, just in case people don't wear. I'm using up a stash of 14 count 8er, which I pretty much don't stitch on 14. I do stitch on 8er, but usually 16 or 18 count, like for full coverage and stuff. And 14 count I don't, but I've got a stash of leftovers and bits and pieces, so I'm just using it up with these freebies, and I'm going to make plan to make a wee kind of, I'm going to say a patchworky book out of them somehow at the end of all the ones I stitch, and put a little note in there about why they're there. So yeah, this one, Blackberry Rabbit, really quick, very quick, as in a couple of hours for me. Couple of subs. The blue I went a shade darker because of stitching on blue fabric, and I'm pretty sure the yellow is either the yellow or that peachy colour is like one either side of what it should have been, because I couldn't find the other ones, probably because they were in other projects. I just whatevs subbed it out. There's a chance it might have been the green, that's a shade different, but anyway, it's really cute and really quick. So yeah, I'm really happy with that. So that's the first one. Tuesday I started New Life, or Vita Nuovo, by the Fortnight Fabrics. I think that Derek, the bearded stitcher, designed it. And I picked up I think I'd mentioned last week I had some 14 count Countries Vigart. So that's one of those printed fabrics. Oh yeah, there's my back. Not too shabby. And new life for me is green, so I picked up my Granny's Green Apples by the Victorian Motto Sampler Shop and stitched that. This was, I stitched this border 3 times because I didn't do the top 2 and I got about here and I went, anyway, I realised I hadn't done the 2 at the top and I wanted them to be in the variegation. So ripped back, started stitching, got all the way here and realised I'd gone 1 higher on all of the, anyway, I frog. So I pretty much stitched the border in lunchtime and then unfrogged it in lunchtime, and then I picked it up, had a meeting in the afternoon that I had to listen to, so I stitched it again. Pretty much unfrogged it again. So anyway, it's quite cute. I like it. I like all the random kind of almost, I don't know, Mayan or Doctor Who, like they're strange little symbols with a wee little crown in here. So I love it. Done that one. So I did that Tuesday and Wednesdays, and I think Thursday morning I finished, like I just had a few little motifs to do in here and I just finished them Tuesday morning, I think. Sorry, Wednesday morning. That one, it's a bigger piece, so a bit more stitching in that one, but a fun stitch, especially when you do it variegated. The colour changes. It's not quite as boring as doing it pure mono. Ooh, it's still too hot. Thursday evening, having finished that one in the morning, I picked up the Ink Circles Be Well and stitched that one. Again, a quick little stitch. It's pretty little. Couple of subs. The pink is, I think, a shade lighter than what's in the called for, but I didn't have it. It was another project and I wasn't going shopping. And I think the lighter green is like, it was meant to be, they're in the same family. It was meant to be, one of them was meant to be a different shade of green, but again, I wasn't going shopping other projects. So that was again on that country. Cute little stitch, and yeah, I think it's really sweet. So Friday I picked up the, how do I say this? Shushuda cross stitch. Again, names on the screen. Keep calm and wash your hands. And I used a DMZ Variations 53. Just on white. Funnily, when you go dark on white, it's not as doesn't freak me out as much as what should be prim on white. So yeah, there's a couple of errors in here, but don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. That's like a row lower than it was supposed to be. I think I made the H a row higher and whatever. Doesn't matter. Don't worry about it. So yeah, keep calm and wash your hands. It's really, I actually stitched a little bit of this on a few meetings on Friday as well, including our Friday evening drinks, which I hung on for a couple of hours. So we're like yakking away, and then I'd look up and go, I just finished calm, and then I'd be like stitching away and go, I just finished keep. So all I had to do was finish the bubbles, and I did them on pretty much. I think I started that at lunchtime, and I did that bit on lunchtime, stitched this bit during a meeting and these two during video drinks, and then that bit in the evening. So yeah, so that's 4 more, so that's 9 that I've stitched. I'm just going to keep going until we get out of this thing, and or I've run out of 14 count fabric, which I have enough to do another 10 or so. And I got some haul. I finally got my country stitch order, which I was so excited about. I hadn't realised she posted it. So yesterday when I went out and there was courier parcel or courier post, and I got 3 bits of fabric. So I'm going to show you them, and I'm very happy. So first of all, this one is just going to be ready for when I feel like doing something colourful. It's fabric that I picked for Fairy Square by Carolyn Manning's design. So not starting it yet. And I went with, they're charted for 28 count or 14 count, so I went with 28 count Nagana and Summer Coral by Country Stitch. That's the back side, and it is, looks like this, and it's a square, so I'll have a little piece that I could probably use for something else. It's pretty accurate actually there. I like it. So that's going to be, so I like it because it's a mushroomy colour, and they've got toadstools and things on them. So it's a bit warmer than what the charted was, but the charted was Mud Puddle by something or other, and seemed really hard to get, and I wanted to warm it up a little. So that is one piece of fabric. Look at me with some stash. The next one is going to be for my May start and potentially monogamous May, which will be for Plum Streets in Friendship. And I got, so it's 36 count merino by Country Stitch, and it's just a lovely, lovely warm neutral. It's probably a little creamer than it's showing, or maybe that light's pretty good. So, and of course I've got all my fancy flosses in there that I need. I just need to pull the DMC, which is for things that don't have a lot of, you know, a little bit of dress kind of thing. So I'll get that kitted up ready for starting in May, and I'm going to stitch on that. I'm going to call it monogamous May. If we're still in lockdown, I'll be doing more of the, whatever those things are, Be Well and Stitch, and you know, I might pull the odd project out, but I can do what I want really. So yeah, so that is going to be exciting. So that's going to be, for people who don't know, there's going to be a stitch for my best friend who doesn't watch this because she doesn't watch social media stuff. So she, and I'm going to change the hair and skin to be more, I'm going to change the girls to be more representative of us. So she'll have dark hair and olive skin, and I'll be pale with silver flecked, whatever the colour my hair is, mid-brown or Benny brown. Yeah, so it's going to be cool. And then, most exciting, because this was going to be a March start, is I got my fabric for Halloween Quaker, which I don't have all the threads yet because I've still got 2 orders coming. Wait, I'm waiting on 2 orders. Hopefully Ribbon Rose in Auckland will be able to ship soon. They made the decision to not, anyway, you know, to wait. But we'll see. If it comes, they'll probably hopefully open up next week if we do go level 3. So Halloween Quaker, I'm not doing it on Murky. Wanted to live life a little risky, so I'm doing it on a fabric called Halloween Smoke, a 40 count Newcastle, and the outside's actually really lovely, but the inside has a nice bit of mottling, and I actually quite like where it's got flecks of the original, like it's, you know, kind of messy. So it's way more, you know, I mean, it's nothing like Murky, but I just didn't, I don't know, I just decided to be different. So it's going to be that, and I'm waiting for the blacks to come, and then these are the colours I'm going to be using for the 4 main colours. That's quite dark in this light. So for the blue, purple, or blue violet, the orange and the yellow, so these are from Nina's Threads. So I think that's going to look really cool. So I'm very excited. So, Tara, the 805 Stitcher. I got this chart from her as part of a swap. I forgot what I say now. And she had 2 copies because she had one in her mum's stash and she had one. So we are doing a very loose sell. She started and she just did a video, I think I watched it yesterday, and she's made a little bit of progress. She was struggling a little bit with the 40 count Mercury. I think it's a little bit dark, but she said with magnification she's cool. And she's worked on this, she started up here, so whereas I'll be starting down here, which I think is 310, so I can probably start that row because I usually start in the bottom left hand corner and stitch up because that's how I roll. I want to stitch in hand, and so I probably can start that because I think it's 310, and just waiting for that's a variegated, I think, black coffee and black coffee, blackbird, I think. And they're coming from Auckland when they open. But yeah, so these again for people who might have missed an earlier video. Nina's Threads. It's a limited edition Phoenix. Love it. This one is indigo, so that's going to replace the blue that's in there. I think it's smoke, or I think it might be rainy day. Calendula, which is pretty, and Vineyard. So they're going to be, so pretty much, you know, I've got plenty of DMC 310, I've got maybe 6 skeins, so I probably can start this today. I'm quite excited because I've been wanting to start it for ages and dithering around. So yeah, got my card ready, I need to fill in the details, and yeah, then I can get that one started. Well, yeah, because I need a project bag. I don't have a project bag for that one. Anyway, so that's the plan, is to start that, because that was going to be a March start, which I then deferred to April because I hadn't even chosen the fabric, and then lockdown disrupted all of the deliveries. But it's still April, so I can still start it. Then what else did I do? So after finishing Keep Calm, Wash Your Hands, on Saturday, yesterday, I thought I need to make progress on my... last Sunday after my video I picked up my Ink Circles Mysterious Adventure Project map ink circles, which I'm stitching on 36 count Bramble. I'm Picture This Plus, and it's using a whole range of threads and stuff. And I started this in August, and I really, really want to get it done, but it's been at the painful part of the thing. So I picked that up on Sunday and worked in the rest of the motifs that I wanted to do. It's a choose your own kind of adventure to create an imaginary map. There were dungeons, polyhedral dice and coin. You flip a coin. So there were instructions on how to chart a coastline and so everyone's map ends up being really different. But I was at the pointy end of the thing where I was a bit over it. I enjoyed I was just at the point where I'm like, now where do you fit the motifs in? You get pages and pages and pages of options. I didn't want to, you choose which ones you're going to put in. And then, so there were a few that I needed to do. And then on Sunday, I then started filling in. I decided I'm done with the motifs, which I'll show you in a minute. And then I just needed to do what we call the sprinkles. So basically in the grass, in the land areas, put little random, 3, 4, 5 crosses of different greens to show the grass. And then in the water, do same with little water colour stitching. So you can kind of see at a glance where the ocean is and where the water is. So I picked that up again this morning and did more of the sprinkles. No, not this morning, yesterday morning. Did more of the sprinkles, and then it's just like, there's only so many little random patches of grass you can stitch before you just decide you've had enough. So I've probably got just under half of the sprinkles done. I don't have board. Just hold it up. So here I am with where I'm at right now. So I'm going to finish this in the next couple of weeks. So what did I do that I hadn't done? Down on the side, down the bottom, there's an elk forest, and then the big house. I stitched those, and all these little trees down here. What just fold it in half. I stitched, finish on this side. So yeah, so they're new, that's new, all the grass here is new. I added that's probably a little bird here. On this side I added these little blackbirds up here, all of this grass, these trees, and this house. This whole thing's new. I added these trees, all of this grass, this bird, these little birds. Finished off this mountain range here that I had only stitched one of the greys, and I stitched that green one, and then I added bird, another bird, bird. So pretty much birds, grass, and a few little buildings and things just to. And then I decided I'm done with the motifs, just going to fill in the grass. It does look better with the grass, little flecks, and yeah, all I got to do is grass. And then probably what I'm going to do is some of the things actually I've based loosely on Irish myth or Irish history. Like my map is called Babronach Neve, I don't know how to say it, which is St. Bronagh Bay, or Bay of St. Bronagh. St. Bronagh was a nun back in ye olde times, and she would rescue sailors, and she was sainted for doing that. But there's like there's an abbey where she lived, and a famous sort of stone. These have names. The pirate ship is, there was an Irish pirate called Anne Bonny, so I'm going to put the name of the ship here, or one of the ships. There's a lighthouse that's in the same part of the world, so just going to maybe capture little things that make sense, and then I charted my own kelpie because I wanted to put an Irish water horse on there, and of course, you know, it's not real, but there's sort of elements of real. I'm not sure if there were any volcanoes in Ireland, but I was stitching that around the time that we had the volcano eruption in Whaaaaaat White Island, which is, you know, my hometown, and I knew, you know, not well, but I used to be at the same swim club as one of the guides that was killed. You know, it's a special place for us, and it's really sad. So did that. So yeah, a couple more marathons of stitching grass and water, and I will be done. I mean, yeah, done with that, and it'll be really, really excellent. What else? I did more stitching. Like, that's not all the stitching that I did. And then I picked up Night Walk Down, which I had made significant progress on last week, which I've stitched on 40 count pewter linen from Picture This Plus. And what's that? A finish date? Yeah, I finished it this morning. I did a big push yesterday and got almost all of the flowers stitched and the words stitched last night, and all I had to do, I thought this morning, was the stars and the moon and stars, the like little shuriken, except that I forgot, I hadn't stitched, I'd missed this flower and all of these flowers, so I've stitched them again, and I have finished it, and I'm so happy, and it's, yeah, I finished, which is pretty good, because that means, you know, I've got a bag free for another start in May. So that is my Night Walked Down by the Blue Flower, and it is not as charted through. I swapped stuff. I stitched sometimes the flower, like that flower stitched, no, this flower stitched wrong, it was supposed to be like that, but I picked up the wrong thing, so went with it, and then I decided, well, I'll stitch that one's meant to be a white flower, I just made it the same, And this is kind of stitched the same as these two little flowers. These are supposed to be the same, but I picked up the wrong innards for that one. It's like, whatevs. The white's different than charted. I did then decide, I don't mind the peacock and the owl being really, really pale and hard to see, but I didn't want the moon that pale or the stars because they're supposed to be in the white, which is meant to be bamboo. I changed it for white lightning. In hindsight, bamboo would have been great. I don't care. Yeah, so it's inspired by the original, but yeah, substituted some stuff. And then I kept because the grey, which is Pewter or something, this light grey, which is in her sleeve, like it wasn't anywhere else. Why would it be charted? This one, anyway, I'm like, well, I bought the damn fancy floss, so then I've used that for the moon and the stars instead of the white. And I actually really like it because, I don't know, I didn't want to make it bling bling with actual silver thread. Much better when I use a board, right? But I like the fact that you can see it. Otherwise, it would be like she's standing there like this. You wouldn't be able to see the damn moon. So yeah, night walk down the sky with the moon in her hand. I dated it this morning. My initials 2020, and it's done. And I can't hold it. And it's great. So yay me, a finish. So when did I start that? Started on 6th, that was a February start. Started it on Waitangi Day, 6th of February, and finished it 19th of April. Very happy with that. So yeah, so pushing for a finish with my map, my mystery adventure project. So yeah, having finished Night Walk Down, I feel really comfortable starting the Halloween Quaker, and then by the time I've finished the map, I will then be ready for starting. It'll free up a project bag, which will give me a bag for In Friendship, and yeah, it'll be a finish in the next week or two and a start. That makes me very happy. And I reserve the right to start something else, but who knows. So yeah, quite a lot of stitching. So what's that? 5 finishes, and yeah, quite a bit of progress on my map. Can't complain. Anyway, as always, don't let your needles rust. Ciao.